2:32 left to play in the exhibition season. The Houston Oilers have taken a 20-6 lead. Cowboy owner Jerry Jones joins us live. Right now, you're headed for the exact opposite of last year's preseason record. You think you could turn the thing around in the regular season the way you turned it around in the preseason?
Exactly. If opposite means opposite, I'll take that opposite every time. Obviously, we're real proud of the way our guys played, certainly in the first quarter. Houston taking nothing away from them, but they've had Warren Moon, their group, in here all the last half, and we've had our second group in. They played real well, but we've gotten to see a lot of our young players, a lot of the people that we're going to have to be making decisions on this week.
Jerry, thanks for the visit.
Great crowd.
Jerry Jones, it is a great crowd, a sellout here at Texas Stadium.
Zendejas booms this one. Down it. And they'll bring it out to the 20.
Dixon's laughing, saying, I'm not going to give you guys another chance to hit me late.
Jerry Jones seemed very pleased, didn't he?
I'm a fan of Jerry Jones. I watched him in training camp. If there were 100,000, which I think there was or more, that came to the Cowboys training camp in Austin, he signed every one of them's autograph. He went personally to them. He shook their hand. He took time. He granted every interview. He wants to win over the city of Dallas, the state of Texas. He wants them back in Texas Stadium.
First down, Cowboys. This is Walsh. Throws underneath the right. Correction, Hampton. And Hampton can't hold it. Lost his footing.
Boy, and that is a nightmare for a quarterback, having your receiver slip down. And Hampton, there's a saying around locker rooms, you got to know your shoes. You got to know your feet, which one do you cut off of. Make sure you stay up. People on the ground create turnovers for the opponents.
Second down and 10 now. Walsh needs something big. Steps up, throws outside. Smart play that time by Walsh. Felt the pressure coming from both sides and the middle and just threw it out of bounds. I give Jerry a lot of credit too. I mean, here it is, a full house. It's an exhibition game. And the Cowboys have really been trying to, through Plan B, free agents, signings, trades, trying to improve the quality, actually rebuild the quality of the team. And it's not an easy process.
There's not an ounce of second, third, fourth place in him. I really believe he wants to put a winning team on the field. Jimmy Johnson is the same way.
And I think they've been fairly honest about the fact that it's going to take time. They aren't saying they're going to win the Super Bowl this year or even make the playoffs. Last year rebuilt. This year they're just trying to get to the point where they can be competitive. And down the way, of course, they have aspirations. This is Awalt making the catch.
Flag in the backfield. Probably going to have holding against the Cowboys line. And, watching down here, Ray Childress going against Greg Johnson, that's a handful for Johnson.
Holding, number 72 on the offense. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
Lewis Cheek
up top, left tackle. There's a stunt. They're crossing inside. Montgomery gets inside there, and Cheek says, hey, I'd better hold on so that I don't have my quarterback blown up. Quite frankly, you'd rather have him hold than have a clean shot on your quarterback's chin.
Glenn Montgomery played for Jack Pardee at the University of Houston. Pardee likes him a lot. 4th down and 3. The punting team is on. Saxon all by himself will be kicking to McNeil. High spiraling punt will take McNeil all the way back to the 24. Tackle made by Daryl Johnston.
We haven't heard Daryl in on the offense tonight. He's trying to nurse a bruised upper arm.
49-yard punt, 11-yard return. We'll be right back after these messages from First City, Texas.
Today, little Maria goes to college.
Big hug, big hug.
Maria, do not think where you're leading. Think where you're going.
The time for Texas is now, and the bank for Texas is First City.
Small is not in my vocabulary. Look, I wear a shirt a scout troop could camp under, and I can wipe out a refrigerator at snack time. So when I get hungry, I get a sirloin cheesesteak. Look at this. This will even satisfy me. Oh, my little brother likes them too.
The new sirloin cheesesteak. Real sirloin, grilled onions, melting cheese, real satisfaction at Jack in the Box.
Hi, Dad. Want a bite?
Logan Pass, Montana and Old Milwaukee both mean something great to these guys. Logan Pass means trailblazing, exploring the wilderness of Glacier National Park. And Old Milwaukee means a great beer. Cold, crisp Old Milwaukee beer and smooth, golden Old Milwaukee Light.
There's nothing like the flavor of a special place, an Old Milwaukee beer.
Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light.
Guys, it just doesn't get any better than this.
Just under 12 minutes remaining in this exhibition season. Houston continues to lead Dallas 20-6. Tim Brandt, Craig James, what a pleasure it has been to work with you in this preseason on Raycom Sports. Your impressions of the Cowboys, how far can they go? A lot of people say 8-8 would be a great season for them.
Well, 8-8 would be a super season for them. I think the city is split. Fans are split on how many games the Cowboys can win. They look to the strong defense and they say, hey, these guys can do things defensively. They're not doing so well with the running game. It's hard to say.
Moon stumbles on first down. Throws, has the completion. And Tony Jones will be about 2 yards shy of a first, maybe a little bit more than that. Now they mark it back, and he'll need about 5.
I go back and think into the last season where the Cowboys lost several close ball games. And, you know, I think this year they'll pull out and win some of those close games. More competition, talking about cutting players that can make it in the NFL.
Everybody jumps. You know, they say in a rebuilding stage you go through 3 stages. First stage is you hope you can win. The second stage you think you can win. And the third is you expect to win.
Number 74 on the offense. It's still second down.
Last year I think Dallas hoped to win. I think they're at the stage now where they think they can win.
Well, that's a lot of progress when you at least think you can win. And then you win a few big games late in the ball game, a few defensive stands on the goal line.
So they move the Oilers back. It'll be second down and 10. Clock continues to move at 11:10 remaining in the ball game. Cowboys have got to get something going here. They expect to finish the exhibition season with a win. Right now they trail 20-6. McNeil to the 41-yard line.
Quick screen effective over on the left side. McNeil, really one of those guys that just, you know, we talked about the size earlier and the speed and the quickness for the run and shoot. Fits in well here. He's a talented guy, does a number of things good for them.
And he knows the system as well as anybody. Played for Pardee with the Houston Gamblers. Jim Kelly was the quarterback there. They need 5. Not even close. That's a case where the receiver was thinking one thing and Moon the other.
Well, and what Gerald said there is he read that experience you talked about. Gerald was pointing to the other side of the field. Gerald was saying, look, I had 2 guys on me. That means, Warren, you need to go to the right side where there was a single coverage. You just hit on it a while ago that McNeil understands the offense. You know, if he'd been the quarterback that time, he probably would have made the correct read.
Interesting how much playing time Warren Moon is getting tonight, even after he strained his neck, still in the ball game. Needs the repetitions in this new offense. Montgomery's last punt was 57 yards. Boy, this is a high spiraling punt. And again, they'll let it hit. This time, it bounces back, and it'll be down inside the 10. So Montgomery with a fantastic pooch punt. Got great hang time and made it stay inside the 10. 50 yards. No return. It's 20-6. Oilers.
I'm Nolan Ryan, inviting you to join me and my friends for the World Series of Cutting Horses at Arlington Stadium, October 26, 27, 28. For ticket information, call 817-273-5100.
The World Series of Cutting Horses at Arlington Stadium, October 26th, 27th, and 28th. Proceeds from the event benefit the Autistic Treatment Center of Dallas and San Antonio. Get your tickets at any Rainbow Ticketmaster outlet or at the Arlington Stadium ticket office. For more information, call 817-273-5100.
Late meeting?
Yeah. And we talked a great deal about all the good things happening in Texas. How you and I are from there. And how I'll be running the new office down there.
We're going home.
The time for Texas is now. And the bank for Texas is First City.
The organizers of a recent national sports event had a slight coordination problem. How to link 34 events in 6 different cities. So GTE designed and maintained a network that not only connected people to information, but made it possible for the competition to begin. You see, at GTE, it's not just communications we offer, it's solutions. Call us. We're ready.
Got a chance. You can still buy tickets. Chargers and the Cowboys. I remember as a kid coming out here watching the Cowboys play, and I was amazed. I just couldn't believe I was sitting in Texas Stadium watching the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to bring my kids out here. I'm going to give them a chance to watch it.
I'm going to know that number by heart. Walsh stumbles, throws, has the completion. This is Dixon out to the 14-yard line.
Walsh probably wanting Dixon to get north and south, get that extra yard or two. But then again, Dixon with that big play mentality, thinking, hey, if I can get around the corner, I'm up the sidelines.
That's the time remaining in the ball game.
Now for the Cowboys, these guys, you know, it seems like there's a lull out there. They've got to remember, we're the second group. There's some bubble players here. We got to make something happen.
Walsh, 3-step drop timing pattern has Shepard. Shepard's not going to have enough for the first. Steve Brown is recovering from that foot operation. Comes up and makes the tackle.
Derek Shepard, we talked about him being a bubble player. He's made 2 or 3 nice catches tonight, and we say he's a bubble player. It's not that he can't play for the Cowboys and in this league. It's just that they've got an abundance of quality receivers here. Michael Irvin this week was talking about how he was unsure of his status on this ball club. So, you know, there's a lot of people squirming and wondering what's going to happen come Tuesday.
Power formation, 3 tight ends, 3rd down and 1. Cowboys will be close. Broderick Sargent, the ball carrier, but again, there's a flag down.
Looked like the defense was in the neutral zone there.
And it is against Houston. 1st down, Cowboys. Big old Doug Smith trying to get up.
Defensive line, 5 yards, 1st down.
Oilers still have their first team defense in there. They wanted to work on it. Pardee wanted to see his ball club go 60 minutes. They played well in the 2nd and 3rd quarter last week. Fell apart late in the 4th. Blew a 9-point lead to the Vikings. And, you know, Cowboys are down 14. Plenty of time if everything worked to score 2 touchdowns.
They've got to start using the clock. It's down to 8:15. Walsh has this one batted down. It was tipped by Big Sean Jones. He was a holdout until last week.
Big Montgomery getting his work in tonight. Jimmy's thinking, he's probably saying, hey, you know, what can I do out here to put maybe some of these other players in a tight situation. He knows he's got his 2nd team offensive line in there. Steve Folsom needs to come out. He's got maybe 8 minutes left in his Cowboy career. They might keep 3 tight ends, and if they do, Steve's in.
Second down and 10, Dallas. Walsh with a whole lot of company throws this one underneath to Hampton. Incomplete. And again, there's a flag down. It's been a sloppy game, if nothing else.
When you're getting beat on the offensive line by some good pass rushers, Fuller, Ray Childress, it's hard to hold them out. You get frustrated. You've got to grab on.
Holding, number 39 on the offense. Still second down.
Running back up top, Broderick Sargent called on the holding there. Comes around, lets his arm get inside on William Fuller. You've got to keep those arms tight to the body. Watch up top of your screen here. Sargent's duty is to help out on anybody that comes clean. Fuller does. He reaches around. It's a tough call. I mean, you know, is it a hold? Is it not? But when your hands leave that body and you go out reaching for somebody, they're going to throw the flag on you.
Sargent goes out. Harris comes in for the Cowboys. It's second down and 20. Again, Walsh has to rush his throw, has the completion, but it's not nearly enough. Hampton has the ball at the 24.
Nice adjustment by Lorenzo coming over the middle. Steve's a little flustered right now. He's getting pressure on him. He's seen these holding calls coming around. They're going to probably review this up top. But, you know, that quarterback, he has to have confidence that his linemen are going to protect him. He knows there's pressure coming around from the outside there. Not as much as his...
rule is an incomplete pass. It'll be third down.
Calling it incomplete. They're going to back it up. Lorenzo.
How does he feel about it?
Please, yes.
So it'll be third down and 20. They've been in several of these situations before. As a matter of fact, Houston had a 3rd and 19 and made it earlier.
Well, you get the pass interference call. That moves the chains for you.
Boy, they need a bundle here. 20 yards for the first. Walsh on the waggle, throws deep, and again there's a flag. Almost coming to expect it. Harris was working on Richard Johnson.
Watch Rod out here. Walsh rolls to his left side. Rod gathers the gather move. Hey, there it is right there. Richard Johnson bit on the out move, and that's all it takes.
Number 23 on the defense. 5 yards. First down.
Well, you hate to see that out of a 6-year veteran. Number 1 pick in 1985. Out of the University of Wisconsin. Richard Johnson with the mental mistake. Jack Pardee won't like that a bit.
Our coaches were trying to say, hey, he was just coming over, and the guy that Harris ran into Johnson. But you cannot touch that receiver. Got to stay away from him. Tagliabue and these guys want to see big plays in the NFL.
Came kind of a how do you do as he came back into the secondary. 7:45 remaining in the ball game. Tim Brandt, Craig James, and Ted Dawson with you at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas.
Michael Irvin on the sideline. Eugene Lockhart trying to figure out where they're going to eat after this game.
Not much there. Irvin didn't have any shoulder pads on. What does that tell you?
Yeah, there's been some speculation that they would take some time to bring him back. Might even put him on the regular roster, the 47-man roster Tuesday.
You have to do that before you put him on IR. He's out for the season, so you got to pass him through.
And then put him on IR that afternoon after he clears waiver the next day. Hope that you can bring back Derek Shepard or whoever you release there. If Derek Shepard, somebody would pick him up. They're not going to slide one of these receivers through the waiver system.
Second down and 8. Walsh could run for it, instead throws it. He had room on the side.
Cowboys are trying to roll Walsh out of the pocket. They're not able to protect him back there in a traditional 7 or 8 stop drop step. So Steve's going to roll, try to get the corner turned and blocked off to the inside. Got to get the shoulders squared. Got to get those shoulders looking upfield, squared with the receiver so they can make that throw.
Walsh is really struggling right now. No question about that. He's 7 for 17, but right now he's totally out of rhythm.
No confidence in that line. And they're having, yeah, that's obvious in the way they're play calling it right now. He's not practiced and really groomed and grooved on rolling out behind the tackle and the corners to throw.
3rd down and 8. Walsh steps up in the pocket. Intercepted. Bubba McDowell at the 30. Looks for some help. And returns it to the 25. So Bubba McDowell gets his first interception of the preseason. And again, it was a tip pass.
Well, Steve Folsom is coming over the middle on his pattern here. He just is outside his reach. He's got to come up, though, and try to lean into that ball. That's not going to go against Steve Walsh. That's one of those that Folsom needs to make the catch, get 2 hands out there. It's that short arm. He really didn't reach out there for it.
Cody Carlson in the ball game now for Houston. 20-6 Oilers, 6:44 remaining in the game. Alan Pinkett taken down by Lester Brinkley.
Brinkley, Broughton, those guys are still in there fighting. They realize that the old Turk will come knocking on doors Tuesday, and there better be some aggressive play.
A lot of folks heading out the gate now. They're going down to the corral. Texas A&M wins today along with Washington State.
I tell you what, Rice with Donald Hollis and Eric Henley, quarterback receiver combination, will be a much improved team this year.
Pinkett again on 2nd and 10. Breaks a couple of tackles and inside the 20. Willie Broughton finally trips him up. What do you think about Houston?
I was impressed with the offense. I was not impressed with the receivers. They dropped a lot of passes. Had they made those completions, I think that the statistics and the change would have continued to move. The Oilers would have scored more points. I thought that Lorenzo White ran hard. Alan Pinkett's a good runner. Defensively, I don't know, they made some mistakes.
The soundness of the offensive scheme, though, I think, as they reconfirmed, those receivers were open. They just dropped the passes. Carlson drills this one, has it complete. McNeil is inside the 10. So Cody Carlson, who sat out 16 days with a contract dispute, suffering with a little hamstring pull, is now looking pretty sharp. Not getting as much playing time as he would have liked.
The Oilers are not the same team that they were a year ago or even before then. They're just not as aggressive, it doesn't seem like.